Hello, this is Moses Wearaber. Permit me to take just a few minutes of your time to inform you about the power of patience and perseverance, which happens to be one of the attributes of the super successful around the world. These are people who belong to the top 3%. I think this is a part of the class we all wish to belong. Firstly, let me describe the people who truly belong to this class, and I believe with this information, you may want to begin preparing yourself to join us in this quest to belong to that group of people. Think about your age grade, assuming you guys were 100 in number at the age of 30 with an obvious world ahead of you. Each of you having as much opportunity ahead of you. Imagine what will happen to each of you at age 75. That's like having a forecast of the future many years from now. What do you think will be the future of each of you at the age of 75? A study was made and the following discovery was made: 3 would be wealthy, 5 will live an independent life, 7 will be working for somebody, 40 will be dead, 45 will be dependent on their children and others. Studies has it that the 3% has what we call perseverance to a course, which is what made them outstanding. I heard about a farmer by name Kalechi, who was struggling to put food on the table of his family. He decided to plant a seed and hoped for it to grow in the nearest future, as culture demands. Mr. KC, as he was fondly called, dug holes, one after another, and planted the seed, which he heard can grow to become 90 feet tall. Week after week, he waters the seed, with hopes alive. He carefully inspects the seed very often, but finds nothing. He has other neighbors who planted other kind of plants, and within weeks his neighbor's plants grows and gets mature enough for harvest. Mr. Kalechi's dream seems shattered. After 1 year of unfulfilled hopes, he summons courage and continues watering the seed. Not seeing anything, he began to think, have the seed died? Why will they not produce after 2 years? At some point, his neighbors never believed in the miracle of the seed again, they rather began laughing at him. Seeming like his farmland had become barren, the 3rd year rolled by and it seemed like he has nothing to show for it, which led to a continuous scorn. Mr. Kalechi, feeling frustrated, cried as he feels all hope was loosed. All the same, he keeps watering the soil, hoping someday something will happen. 5 years rolled by and his neighbors quit laughing at him as they no longer cared about him. In the default habit, he continued watering the ground as he seemed tired and hopelessly stared at the ground, thinking he had done something wrong as tears filled his eyes. Interestingly, on morning, there seemed to be a loud shout of joy. Mr. KC began to wonder, why the noise? The same neighbors that scorned him ran to his house. Mr. KC, your plant has germinated. Mr. Kalechi ran down the road full of dust to his farmland, calling his family to come witness the magic. His family races right behind him in company of the villagers. What has this crazy farmer seen? On getting there, they can see greenish sprouts thrusting out of the ground all over the farmland. Now the magic has happened. Everyone in the village watches in amazement how this can be. The bamboo tree grows and grows 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, 50 feet and up to 90 feet tall. 5 years of nothing, 6 months of 90 feet tall. This is exactly the real-life story of the Chinese bamboo tree. What has Mr. Kalechi learnt? He has learned to invest in a vision and patiently wait for it to grow. He learned to daily and consistently do anything positive that will make his dream a reality. He learned to ignore people who doubt his dream and vision. He also learned to ignore his own fear and doubts, to keep pushing till his dream becomes a reality. Finally, he learned to keep his hope alive. The same lesson we need to learn. We must note that whatever it is that we decide in our mind, we should believe once and for all that it can and should ours, which is what should make us to continually remain patient, knowing that every man without perseverance has no enthusiasm to act, no conviction to win. We must never go after our dreams tentatively, in an attempt to play it safe with one foot on the fence. Rather, we should decide never to retreat, but resolve in our minds that despite the challenges which we are bound to face, we should be patient and persevere, keeping our hopes alive, just like Mr. Kalechi did. Finally, may I reach out beyond the time and space which separates us to wish you a strong will to persevere in patience and to consistently follow through our dreams until we grow to become a force that cannot be despised.